Welcome to Build Weekend Watch, the show that normally tells you what's coming out this weekend on TV and in the theaters, but Monday night is Emmys night, so we are only talking Emmys today. We are definitely not gonna talk about upcoming movies on home video and Blu-ray, no matter who or what. God, Chewy! What did I say? What did I just say? I said we're not gonna talk about movies on home video or streaming. We're not doing it. We talked about this before. You called, and I was like, we can't do it. We're doing the show. And now you just show up. You just show up. You don't even tell me you're coming by. What am I? All right, you want me to do it? Okay. Solo, starring Alden Ehrenreich, Donald Glover, Phoebe Waller-Bridges, and Chewy, of course, and Chewy. Are you happy now? You happy? It comes out today, and digitally, it's available. Everybody check it out. Chewbacca, everybody. All kidding aside, that was amazing. Thank you so much for coming by, Chewbacca. Thank you for stopping by Weekend Watch. As I was trying to say before he interrupted us, though, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Build Weekend Watch. As I said, normally we talk about movies and TVs coming out, but it is the Emmys on Monday night, so we're gonna ignore everything coming out and we're gonna only talk about Emmys. Joining me today to talk about the major nominations are freelance television journalist and writer extraordinaire Brian Moylan. And comedian and writer for Vulture, and Victoria Clark. Another round of applause. Now, I don't know if you guys know this about the Emmys, but there are so many categories. There are a punishing amount of categories.
They spread it out amongst like 3 days.
Yeah, it's like a week long.
There's like daytime, there's this, there's that, there's news
International,
Emmys.
creative arts.
It's literally like if you are on TV, you are probably getting an Emmy this week. And unfortunately, this is the internet, and I'm not getting an Emmy at all this weekend.
Wah, wah.
We can give you a schmemmy.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but it sounds great.
You're welcome. It's an Emmy I bought on Canal Street. That's what it is.
Yeah, I got the schmemmies, I got the schmemmies.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about lead actor in a limited series or movie. What we have here, let's take a look at who our lead actors are. We've got Antonio Banderas for Genius Picasso. We've got Darren Criss for Gianni Versace. We've got Benedict Cumberbatch for Patrick Melrose, Jeff Daniels in The Looming Tower, John Legend in Jesus Christ Superstar, and Jesse Plemons in USS Callister episode of Black Mirror. Again, that is just one subcategory of a category, and there's already 35 nominations for it, it feels like.
How is Black Mirror a limited series?
Yeah, it's
like
it's
in
an
any
anthology
way.
series.
Well,
And-
they changed it, right? Like they re-edited it so that it would be like a movie. That one episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And isn't American Horror Story considered a limited series as well?
It is.
Yeah. That's so weird. It's strange.
Right. Because, yeah, like Sarah Paulson's nominated for, but it's like an ongoing series of just like
With
different
the same
episodes.
cast, the rotating cast, yeah.
No, whatever. Anyway, sorry.
This is chaos. It's chaos. It's anarchy.
Right. What made them establish that, though? Do you think it was so that they could have more people nominated?
Well, they do it because there weren't like a lot of limited series, and then they lumped together, like mini series and movies, and then now that there's so many limited series, and it's, I think that Ryan Murphy initially for American Horror Story wanted to be in limited series because there wasn't anyone else, and now it's like packed thanks to like things like Feud, Ryan Murphy, and True Detective, and all those other things. But I know that one of the episodes of Black Mirror won Best TV Movie. So last year, the one that everyone loved about the lesbians in space.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
San Jose?
San Junipero.
San Junipero, thank you. Not
so
San Jose.
last year it
Not
was
San
a TV
Jose.
movie, and now it's a limited series. Who knows?
Who do you guys think is going to win? Jeff Daniels?
I think it's going to be that Darren Criss for Gianni Versace. He did a very good job. It was a very showy role. He's been around TV for a while, and I think that We were just talking about how many limited series there are, but this year it's a little light, so to speak. So I think he's going to end up carrying it.
Well, none of them are as good as the assassination of Gianni Versace was, and I think none of them had as much of an impact culturally as Gianni Versace did.
Yes.
Like Looming Tower, even though it was about the days leading up to 9/11, I don't really know anybody that watched it.
No.
The Genius series, no one's really digging into those.
Your mom watches it. Everyone's mom watches it.
I just love that
Nat Geo?
Antonio Banderas. He's
He's so dreamy as Picasso.
Who do you think's gonna win?
I had Benedict Cumberbatch winning lead actor. Yeah. Well, he's Benedict Cumberbatch.
They want him there.
Yeah, they want him there. He's a big name. He's an important guy. I don't know. I just think he carries
What about
the weight.
John Legend?
I think he should. Well, I don't have him as my should, but I do think he should win because he sings.
He did a good job. How is he doing on his EGOT these days? Is he there?
That's what I
think he
mean.
got it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, he got it? Oh, okay. So then who cares?
He's
fine.
gotten his EGOT? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. He has an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. He's an EGOT winner. That's amazing.
Right. Wow. Congratulations. He doesn't
Who else
need
might
to
be
win.
an EGOT winner this year?
Who?
Lady Gaga, right?
Really?
Well, I guess she
And-
doesn't have a Tony yet.
No, she doesn't.
She does have a Tony, though.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is the other one who's like
Gun in for it?
yeah. And also me. I mean,
You're so close.
once I get my Grammy,
Your Shmemmy?
my Shmemmy.
Your
Once I get my Shmemmy, once I get my Shmammy,
So wait, who was your pick? Darren Criss?
my pick is Darren Criss.
I go Darren Criss as well, and you go Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
Is that who you also want to win?
No, I actually want Jesse Plemons to win.
Oh,
But
we love him. We
Yeah.
love Landry.
yeah, and also he's married to Kirsten Dunst. So I'm just happy for them, and I want everything good to happen to them. My opinions are not based in logic, just so you guys know.
It's not about quality of performance.
No.
It's he's nice.
No, I'm
He's
just
great.
I'm a fangirl, and I just
well,
love
I think
people.
that his
My mom and Antonio Banderas.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I think
exactly.
he was really great in that episode of Black Mirror.
He
and
was.
I think he's one of those people who has been doing great work in Fargo and Breaking Bad and Friday Night Lights and has really gone under-recognized
Yes.
for a long time.
Yes.
I agree. I remember when I first saw him in Friday Night Lights, his first role, and being like, who is this kid? What a fascinating look. He's great.
Yeah.
And is Darren Criss who you want to win?
I do. Yeah. I think he deserves it. He
I agree.
acted his pants off, so.
Yeah, I agree with that. When I said Jeff Daniels, I was kidding. Up next is the category for lead actress in a limited series or movie. The nominees are Laura Dern for The Tale, Jessica Biel in The Sinner, Michelle Dockery in Godless, Edie Falco in The Menendez Murders, Regina King in 7 Seconds, and Sarah Paulson in American Horror Story Cult. So many nominees.
So many nominees.
Yes.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Well, I think that Edie Falco should win for Best Wig.
Oh, definitely.
But other than that, I mean, if Laura Dern's in a category, she's walking home with a trophy. She is the woman that single-handedly saved us from a Most Popular Picture Oscar. So
Is
thank
she?
you. Yeah, she complained about it. And they were like, oh, maybe
Yeah.
Laura Dern's right. Maybe we shouldn't do this.
She probably did
She's
it.
pretty high up on the Academy. isn't
Yeah.
she?
Yeah, and the thing is, she probably did it in such a nice way that
Right.
you wouldn't be able to say no because she'd be like, "You guys,
Right.
Hey, man.
not hey."
Not smart,
Right.
man.
This is
Yeah.
really not the best idea you had. And I once crashed my ship into a galactic cruiser. So,
Who do you have?
I have Laura Dern.
And that's who you want as well?
Well, who I want, I wanted to divide it up a little bit, so I did pick Sarah Paulson. But I do think Laura Dern is going to take it.
Same. I have not seen The Tale, but I do think Laura Dern's going to take it. And I do also want her to take it because if
Yeah.
she's nominated for something, she deserves it.
Yes.
yeah, and she's going to wear something amazing.
Yes.
She's going to look amazing. She's going to be amazing. She's a treasure.
She's going to
Right.
smile. She's going to make us all feel warm inside.
We should just give her an Emmy every year.
Yes.
Let's just call Laura Dern up and give her a trophy.
This is not to say that Edie Falco and Regina King are also not treasures,
No,
but Dern is a little is a bit
she's a
different.
special treasure.
Yes.
She did win last year, though,
Oh, she did.
for Big Little Lies. Did she not?
Oh, I think you're right. I think she did win for Big Little Lies. Someone in my ear just said she did. Thank you. And now, after those two categories, everyone's probably at least a little curious what the best limited series itself is. I know I am. These are the nominees. We have The Alienist from TNT. I'm not going to win. The Assassination of Gianni Versace, probably going to win. Genius Picasso, not going to win.
It won your mom.
Godless, maybe. Patrick Melrose, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I have Assassination of Gianni Versace as the one that will win. But I had Patrick Melrose as one that maybe should be getting a little bit more acknowledgement because it's an ambitious series and it's, I think it looks interesting.
Did you see it?
No. But,
We are commentators. We are not watchers.
I'm trying to spice it up. Yeah.
I mean, you only had one job.
I'm sorry, guys.
It is very good, but it's very different and dark, and I don't know that a lot of people watched it, whereas I think Gianni Versace is much more accessible. And while maybe not Ryan Murphy's best work, it was still very good. So I think it's going to end up winning.
Okay, so it's accessible, so maybe it should win the popular Emmy. Maybe we
It
should have a
totally
category.
should. Ask Laura Dern.
Yeah.
I think the Alienist is going to take it this year, guys. Everyone loved that show. Everybody was talking about the Alienist. It was a huge phenomenon.
I can't wait for season 2, Alienist versus Predator. I think
Season 2,
that's
we're still a show.
right. Yeah, we're here. No, they can't have a season 2 now. It's limited.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Right.
Keep the cast together, though, and do another historical novel of some kind.
Right.
All right, next up, we have comedy, as if you weren't getting enough of that already. The nominees for lead actor in a comedy include a healthy mix of younger actors and some seasoned vets who honestly don't deserve to be there. And it's just to get them to show up to the show. We have Donald Glover. Donald Glover for Atlanta, Bill Hader for Barry, Anthony Anderson for Blackish, William H. Macy for Shameless, Larry David for Curb Your Enthusiasm, Give Me a Break, and Ted Danson for The Good Place. I'll just say my pick. I think that Bill Hader will probably win this, and I think he kind of deserves it. The Barry performance is pretty amazing.
I wouldn't be surprised. And I think that it's going to be... What's going to be interesting in this category is that I think that the Barry fans and Atlanta fans are going to be duking it out for who's going to vote for what. Like, I think those both kind of play to the same audience. So you might end up seeing somebody surprising sneak through if they split their votes. But yes, Bill.
Somebody outside of either Donald or Barry.
I think you'll see
Bill.
this too in the comedy series, all throughout the comedy series, that like if the same people are voting for, or if like the same crowd of people are voting for both Barry and Atlanta, you might see something different because they're both very experimental. They're not necessarily funny. So I think that they're going to have a lot of fans, but also a lot of detractors who want something more traditional, like Blackish, to win. And I mean, Anthony Anderson has been great on that show for years, and
Has he never won?
He's never won. No.
Wow. Yeah, he could potentially take it. Is that your choice?
Yeah, I would pick him for sure. I also think Ted Danson is like the greatest gift on The Good Place. And so, he has plenty of Emmys on his shelf at home, but he could use another one.
What do you got?
I had Donald Glover for Should and Will because I think we need to really take care of him. He's like such a treasure that I want him to just, it's like Laura Dern. It's like I just want him to be awarded for existing and being present in the industry. I agree that Bill Hader, like, he's a strong contender, but with Barry, it's the first season of the show, and it's like kind of, and it also as a comedy. Like, I love Barry. I love the show, but it's very dark and,
It's a drama.
Yeah.
It's a drama with a few jokes in it.
Yeah, exactly. So it feels a little weird to give him the award for.
But Atlanta is kind of that as well.
Totally.
True,
Yeah.
but it's Donald Glover.
Agree. I love Atlanta. For some reason, I have a feeling that it's going to go to Bill Hader. I think because he's just a big star that the Emmy voters love from Saturday Night Live, and they're probably pretty thrilled with the performance of Barry. I mean, we've seen Donald Glover on Atlanta for 2 seasons now, and he's always been great. He's been awarded for it, maybe not as actor, but
he won last year. Yeah,
he won last year, and Hader's performance on Barry is like pretty incredible at times.
Yeah.
That's true.
They used to nominate him just for being on Saturday Night Live, so the Academy is a big Bill Hader fan.
But, maybe we're underestimating how hard it is to play yourself when you're Larry David. Maybe we're not giving him enough credit.
Maybe talk about this. I really wanted to talk about this because I love Larry David. I like Curb Your Enthusiasm, but that last season was not good. and it does not deserve any nomination.
I hate Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think it's awful. And
Why?
I just don't. I mean, I get the joke, Larry. Like 9 seasons in, like I get it. Like, okay, I understand.
Right.
But I think that, guys, this might be William H. Macy's year for the 11th season of Shameless.
That's true. He's long overdue.
I know.
Has he not won?
No, not for Shameless. They nominate him every damn year.
Well. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that show. Okay, so I think we're all in agreement that it's most likely going to be Donald Glover or Bill Hader.
Totally.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to lead actress in a comedy series. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is out of the running this year, so that has let some newcomers take advantage and earn a nomination. Let's see who those nominees are. We've got Pamela Adlon for Better Things, Rachel Brosnahan for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Tracy Ellis Ross in Blackish, Allison Janney in Mom, Lily Tomlin in Grace and Frankie, and Issa Rae for Insecure. What do you got?
Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah.
All the way.
Same.
I mean, completely.
Yeah.
Like she's like took it home like the
For
second that
the force.
Yeah.
She burned it down. Like it's over.
The show burned it down. She burned it down. It was great. Yeah.
But I will say, I feel like since Julia Louis-Dreyfus isn't around this year, we should give an Emmy to all of them because once she comes back, they might not get another chance. And I mean, this is the most stacked category in the whole race. I mean, like Issa Rae, Lily Tomlin, Allison Janney, Tracy Ellis Ross, Pamela Adlon, like they're all great women doing excellent work on television. And, I love Julia Louis-Dreyfus and all, but I mean, girl, it's time to share the spotlight a little.
Right. Like
Not her fault. She's brilliant.
I mean, she could stop submitting herself to win.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
If she wanted, like, how many do you need?
just be like, I'm in it for the love, just the passion.
Right.
I don't care anymore. Don't need a salary. Don't need awards.
Oh, she could take the salary, but
No, yeah, I think it's wide open because of Veep being gone. It's like Michael Phelps retiring from swimming. Like you just anybody could take it now. Like,
But we're all of the opinion that it should be Rachel Brosnahan because of that
Totally.
performance.
yes, absolutely.
If you have not seen Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, it's pretty incredible. Like the writing, the directing, the performances all around. I thought it was shocking.
Right.
Great.
I feel like have a lot of people seen it though? Because I feel like
know.
it's one of those shows that I keep telling people about and wanting to talk to people about, and people are like, "Oh yeah, what's that on?" I haven't
I've gotten
how
some
do I find
odd
it?
groans from people when I've brought it up where they're like, yeah, I'll get to it, as if it's
Yeah.
some sort of like it's the looming tower. It's
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's like
Right.
a really fun show that's very funny and and delightful. And they're like,
Yeah, it's like
okay.
homework or something.
Yeah.
I think all the people that are going to be voting for Emmys have seen it. It's like, I think I don't know that it's broken out of the chattering classes, but since they're the ones giving awards,
That's
then
true.
yeah.
Should we move on to comedy series?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. HBO is leading the charge, which it really shouldn't be, with 3 out of the 8 nominations. And let's see what they all are. We've got FX's Atlanta, HBO's Barry, ABC's Blackish, HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm, Give Me an Effing Break, Netflix's Glow, Amazon Prime's The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and once again, HBO's Silicon Valley, and Netflix's The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So many shows, so many that don't deserve to be nominated. What do you have? Who do you think's gonna win?
I have Atlanta winning because it's a critically lauded show, and I think it's time. I think it's overdue. Like, again, with Veep leaving, it's like kind of opening the field, and I think that's the show that's like owed an award. So, yeah.
I think you're going to see, like I said, Barry and Atlanta kind of splitting those people who are into that experimental comedy vote, and you'll end up with Mrs. Maisel pulling ahead. I mean,
I'm okay with
Yeah.
that.
yeah, and I mean, other than Atlanta has the most nominations, and so it's something that the Academy clearly likes, and yeah, I'm totally happy with. I also feel like it should win just for the coats. Like all I want on Mrs. Maisel is the coats and the
Yes.
apartments.
Oh,
like
God.
that's like it.
I mean, I like Atlanta and I liked Barry, but my 2 favorite TV viewing experiences this year were The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and Glow. Those were my 2 favorite
Yeah.
shows.
But this is Glow season 1, which was
this is Glow season 1.
This is Glow season 1, which was
Good, but not season 2.
no, season 2 is amazing, and so if this is season 2, it should win. But it's season 1, so let's give it a year.
Yeah.
Will season 2 be able to be nominated?
Yeah,
Okay.
next year.
Okay. Well, I hope so because it's very good.
It
is very good.
Amazing.
But I also feel like The Good Place should win. because I feel like it's a comedy that's actually funny and it's like the best, smartest, most original thing on
We're
television.
not doing that anymore with comedy.
I
Do you
am.
not know this?
I am.
we're in post comedy now. There's no, like, we don't do that anymore.
Like, I understand that, but like then the Emmys need to wise up and like put these other things somewhere else.
I agree with that. I think that's BS. I enjoy a good old-fashioned comedy show. Like, I still watch It's Always Sunny because it is just episodic and hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Blackish is a classic family sitcom that is hilarious and does 22 episodes a year, which is a lot more than everyone else does. But it always gets shafted because,
No
you
one
know,
wants to
like
actually
Barry
watch
comes
22
and makes like
episodes.
8 episodes about how hard life is. And, you know, they call it a comedy.
Right. Well, I think Silicon Valley and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt are also in that category then. Like, those are also
true.
incredibly funny shows.
Absolutely. And like, yes, I totally agree.
Well, Kimmy is
I
funny.
mean, yeah, it's
Silicon.
funny. It's funny.
Silicon's gotten pretty tough, I think.
Well, I mean, I thought the latest season was very good. I thought it kind of went to new areas that had been unexplored. There were new characters that we hadn't gotten to see much of that were more explored in this past season. But
Mel Nanjiani had one thing to do the whole season, and that was to complain about a Tesla, which was clearly like a branded content thing within the show.
that's true. I guess.
My Tesla is faster than your Tesla, and it's charging. Like, what's the joke?
The joke is the check he cashed for, you know, plugging that Tesla.
I think, again, the answer is just to have a popular comedy Emmy.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should have Laura Dern present it.
Right, exactly.
Popular comedy, popular drama, popular lead actor in a popular drama.
Right.
Speaking of drama, let's move on to that. We all know it is really just a category that is a competition of who can cry the hardest. With 4 of the nominations coming from 2 shows, the contest for lead actor in a drama series is definitely tight. The men who made the cut are Jason Bateman for Ozark, Sterling K. Brown in This Is Us, Ed Harris in Westworld, Matthew Rhys in The Americans, Milo Ventimiglia in This Is Us, and Jeffrey Wright in Westworld. I go Matthew Rhys, The Americans.
Do you think he's actually going to win?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You don't?
I don't think he will. I think
Why?
he should, and I think it's like the Americans' last chance, and we
Yeah.
should. But I totally think that Sterling K. Brown's going to win because I feel like, you know how the Emmys love to give the same person an award every single year
Yeah.
for life, Allison Janney and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Sterling K. Brown is that now. He is a man of African descent who is on network television, and
Cries real good.
and he cries real good, and he is great on the show. But I mean, it's like he's ticking a lot of boxes, and I think people can't resist voting for him.
He does that thing really well where he goes, and you are my friend and my brother?
Yeah, I have the opposite. I have Sterling K. Brown should win, and then I have Matthew Rhys will win because I guess I have a weird sense of justice where I think because The Americans is over, they're going to give it a bunch of awards.
And don't you think in The Americans' conclusion, everybody was kind of like, yeah, that was one of the great shows.
Right.
Yes, but I mean, it took them until last season to even get nominated in these categories. Like, I can't imagine that all those people who weren't nominating them are now just going to vote for them because the show is great. I just don't think it reached enough people.
How many shows do you actually think Academy voters watch? I think they really just watch one show.
Yeah.
It's like Veep or This Is Us, and that's
Yeah.
it.
My boyfriend is a television producer and he watches nothing. And he's like, I believe he's an Emmy voter. I don't know what he votes for,
It's
but
hard to bring your work home.
I know, yeah.
like-
It's like, why do you want to watch more TV shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on to lead actress in a drama series. It's one of the most stacked categories in the Emmys this year. Apparently, my writer wrote that. I have no idea. Personally, I don't really care. The 6 nominees are Claire Foy in The Crown, Tatiana Maslany in Orphan Black, Elizabeth Moss in The Handmaid's Tale, Sandra Oh in Killing Eve, Carrie Russell in The Americans, Evan Rachel Wood in Westworld. I just want Tatiana Maslany to win because I like Tatiana Maslany a lot.
And she's been fantastic in the show for a long time. Is this her final season?
Yeah, this is the final season. Yeah.
For her and Carrie Russell?
Yeah. Yeah. Hasn't Carrie won? Didn't Carrie win last year or no?
No. She got nominated.
What do you got?
What do you think,
Oh,
Ann?
me?
Yeah.
I think
you had that deep sigh.
okay, for my will win, I think it's going to be Elizabeth Moss because I think she's a fave. I think she's somebody people love and will vote for, and I think she's well known for doing a great job on The Handmaid's Tale. I think my should win is Claire Foy.
Yeah,
Because
she's
it's
great.
like she did so much with just like the stern passive aggressiveness of being the queen. Like being able to show like 3 emotions and still being able to get people to be on your side, I think that takes a lot of work.
I think it's going to go to Kerry Russell. I'd like it to be Tatiana Maslany because I think she's a phenomenal actress and kind of effortless in a great way. But I think it'll be Kerry Russell in the same way that I think it'll be Matthew Rhys. I think the Americans are going to get it.
I think it's going to be Claire Foy because I think you're going to see Academy voters who tend to be older and like these prestige-y, costumey things. And I mean, like everybody watches The Crown, so I think that you're going to see her maybe taking it over.
And I feel like the
Kerry Russell and Tatiana Maslany, who probably should win.
Right, sorry. I feel like the conversation around that show when it was out and everybody was binging it was how good she was.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my God, she's like disappearing into this role. She's the queen. So.
Let's move on to show. Let's see what we have here. It's what everyone here has been waiting for. I can tell you guys are just shaking with excitement to find out what our picks are. We have Hulu's The Handmaid's Tale, HBO's Game of Thrones, NBC's This Is Us, Netflix's The Crown, FX's The Americans, Netflix's Stranger Things, HBO's Westworld. That's it. What do you got?
I have The Americans winning as a send-off, and I have The Crown as should win. I would like to see The Crown win. I loved The Crown.
I love The Crown too.
Internally, I'm like an 80-year-old woman. I'm like, look at the costuming. Yeah, so those are my picks.
I say The Americans. I think it's going to be This Is Us.
I think it's going to be This Is Us or Handmaid's Tale. I think that the Me Too moment is going to make a lot of people vote for Handmaid's Tale, even though the second season was pretty lousy.
Oh, yeah.
Not good.
Not good.
No. Not compared to the first season.
No.
What do you think about Stranger Things?
I don't know that Stranger Things is going to win. It didn't win last time.
Yeah.
Second season wasn't as good. But I'm glad it's nominated because I think it's a great show. But, yeah, I don't know. And it doesn't have any acting nominations. It doesn't, yeah.
It also has that sci-fi element that I think like makes it seem like less of a drama to me. I don't know, just compared to these other shows, it has.
Right,
It's
look at
a
the
comedy.
posters compared to look at the Stranger Things poster compared to the rest of them.
Yeah.
I know they see Emmy voters going for that.
Right. Yeah.
I'd like to see The Americans. I would like to see them win.
I agree with you.
It's a wonderful show. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Are there any snubs or anything that you would like to see at the Emmys that didn't get nominated? Or you're happy, you're satisfied?
I'm pretty happy. I think it's really stacked. It's really competitive. It's hard to pick.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being here. Brian, Anna, for joining me. Thank you so much. See you next week, everybody. We'll be back barraging you with a bunch of mind-numbing movies and TV shows that you can probably do without, but what else are you going to do with your life? Read a book? Yeah, right. I'm Ricky Camilleri. Bye, everybody.